everybody. Welcome to Impossible Coin. For you, Mother's Day was 10 days ago. I hope if you have a mom that you have a positive relationship with, that you did right by her. Maybe took her to lunch. Maybe did the yard. Maybe, played some Dance Dance Revolution with her or something. Joining me live from America's Belt Buckle, Rocky Hardy. Did you do right by your mom?
This again? I'm gonna go see Her Majesty later today.
Okay. And live from Hell's Front Door, Tegan Somerset.
Yeah, that's not wrong. That sure shit isn't wrong. Hi, I'm here.
What about your mom?
My mom's at the beach.
Good for her.
She's on vacation. I am being mom to my mother's favorite child, her dog. It's okay. We know that the dog is the favorite child, so it's fine.
Does the dog have some kind of cool name like?
Oh, it's Hallie McBolly's.
Pretty close.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Hallie McBolly.
Hallie McBolly. She's a good dog. She's looking at me now. What a good dog. She's a very well-behaved dog, but she is very fussy.
Does she have a face?
Yeah, she's got a face. She's got a little beard, mustache.
Okay.
But she won't eat her wet food or her dog food, her dry dog food, her diet dog food, unless she has, it has to have hot water poured on it. It has to have these flavor enhancers poured on it. And then
Jesus.
You have to either fry an egg and put it on top, or you can mix it in with some fancy wet food.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so
okay.
what I've decided to do is I go the wet food route. So I just get a can of Caesars and I put half a thing of Caesars on her food and then she eats it.
Okay.
This sounds like bougie dogs.
She's a fat dog. It's okay.
I was going to say, this doesn't sound like necessarily fancy dog business. It sounds like old dog business.
Yeah, she's old.
That's what I thought. See, Rocky, have you ever had a dog?
I've had several dogs.
Okay. Have you had any dogs which were fortunate enough to live to be very advanced in years?
I think the oldest dog we've ever had was 15.
Okay. That must have been a tiny dog.
It wasn't, actually.
Really? Tell me about your old big dog.
It was a 15-year-old Rottweiler. Her name was Shelby. She was cool.
That's so wonderful. That makes me so happy. Why you laugh?
I'm not actually laughing. I'm holding back a chuckle because that's what's respectful in this particular scenario.
Oh God. Oh.
You're fine. You're fine.
Oh.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Handle your business, dude.
Yeah.
So my mom got this dog in 2012.
Okay.
February of 2012. So this dog is only about 10 years old. She got this dog while I was in Japan. So I left for Japan with no dog, and I returned, and there was a dog. And the dog, during my absence, became the favorite child because, and I quote, "I don't have to pay for swim lessons. She just jumps in the water."
That's the line, right?
That's it. Yep.
She just jumps in the water. Oh my God.
Jumps in the water. I didn't have to pay for swim lessons. Love this dog. Good dog. This is a good dog, though.
For those of you at home, Tegan's story was so electrifying that, I think Rocky and I both instantly had to start crafting titles based on this, this dog drama.
It's all right. I understand. It is the best dog. She's the best dog. Simple as that. When we go on walks, because she's a cockapoo, she does enjoy having what we call a sniff, which means we take her on a walk and she will get caught up on another dog was here and I must smell forever. And so when I was walking her, I was very impatient, and so I taught her to respond to a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And if you hit 1, she will leave whatever she's smelling and come walk with you.
What a good.
She's a very smart dog. I love her.
Aww.
She does want to eat the cat food, though, and the cat food does make her very farty, so.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Less than ideal, but it's okay. We forgive her. She's the best dog, so.
My senior citizen dog currently has the worst habit, which is not actually the worst habit because there's many dogs out there in the world which have worse habits than this, but like she has one amusing, gosh darn it, Buffy, please stop that habit. Sometimes when our old dog with cataracts wants to carry on and get attention, she will just stand in the cat litter box.
Oh my god.
She climbs entirely in there and just stands there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Attention to me right now, please.
I'm pretty sure it's therapeutic. Has feel nice on the paws or whatever.
I just like feeling the sand between my toes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Smells great afterwards, also.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Definitely about that lifestyle.
So I have these 2 oversized litter boxes that have, like, flap doors on them. And I took the door off of one of the litter boxes because the old man, for some reason, our old man cat Roman, will not go into the litter box if the flap is closed. So either you have to follow him to the litter box and open the door for him so he'll go inside, or I could just take the door off. However, I took the door off, so now he's using the litter box again, no problem. But my other cat, Nico, he is a digger, and so he will fling litter out of the litter box, which is why we got the doored litter boxes in the first place.
Okay, so
there's no wedding here.
Apparently, this is this show now.
Yeah, this is this show where we're talking about our pets because we are pet parents. This is fine. You get the pet updates.
I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Brian Cartwright. Did I say my name? All right. Anyway,
you've said it now.
Okay,
that's the important part.
That's what matters.
Here at the Cartwright Ranch, there are 3 cats, and of the 3 cats that we have, the original provenance of the cats would indicate that 2 out of the 3 cats should have no problem and understand clearly how to use the cat shitter, and that one of them might have a little difficulty with that. Of course, guess which way it works. So, like, Go-Go gets into, like, because when you're a multi-cat household, you should have multiple cat shitters.
Litter boxes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go-Go will get into a cat shitter, do her business, and then her strat is to then stand on her hind paws and rub her front paws on the nearest wall she can find.
Oh, she brushes them off like when you come in from outside.
And then she proceeds to not, cover turds or nothing.
Right, exactly, yeah, and it just stinks up the whole house. Right, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. She's like, what I need to do is brush my paws off on this wall and then go about being a fancy long-haired cat. And then our elder lad, Toshiro, our big boy, Toshiro, his strat is he goes potty, right? And then he then climbs out of the litter box, looks into the litter box, and just kind of like moves things around, and sometimes will go for the bonus victory of just full-on pulling a turd out and then running away.
It startles him.
And so like now we have these like litter boxes with like very high sides, and they're larger because he's a big boy. We're like Toshiro, if we get bigger litter boxes with higher sides, will you shit directly? And he's like, no, I'll just have to work harder to shit wrong. The upside of the larger litter boxes is that now Go-Go and Kage think that they're positively just swimming in luxury real estate whenever they go potty. And then our little boy who started as an outdoor cat, right? Kage, the void who came from outside and now like won the forever lottery and is like a happy indoor cat. Little Kage came inside the house and was like, I instantly understand how to shit correctly. I will now shame your other cats who have lived here for years by instantly shitting correctly. I get it. I'm a good boy. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
If you are thinking about getting a pet, first of all, please do the research to make sure that you're getting a pet that is suited to your lifestyle.
Yep.
And then understand that all of these stories are told with very much love and affection. We put up with these things for our pets because our pets are the best.
Yep.
You just gotta be prepared for their wacky little nuances.
I love these little goons. There is a reason that, like, in the last, 3 months, we've spent, north of $2,000 at the vet on Buffy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't have $2,000 to spend on my pet at the vet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
We wanted to find out if she had the cancer. You know, it was scary. So we got her like a doggy MRI. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like $1,000. And then there was some other dog business that was like $1,000. And I was like, I will give my fragile old lady what she needs. So, hello, credit card debt.
Right.
Huh.
What?
So, you said there was $1,000 for a dog MRI?
Yeah.
And I thought for a second, like, human MRIs don't really cost that much, but apparently the average cost for an MRI in the US is a little over $1,300.
Yep.
And even with insurance, MRIs run typically between $500 and $1,000. So, you know, maybe the good MRIs are actually about $1,000. But, like, holy shit.
Yep. That's right.
Did you know that being alive is garbage? Have you considered no longer living?
I hate it here.
There it is. Welcome to Impossible Coin, everybody.
We're actually a podcast about video games, not about pets.
Allegedly.
Wild, I know.
Jesus Christ. I mean, if we just... We're supposed to... What do we talk about on this thing again?
Video games!
We talk about how our Twitter account had its first viral tweet.
Oh, we can talk about that. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. That was a thing that happened. That thing took off and had a life of its own. Had like 800,000 impressions. We picked up new followers.
Mm-hmm.
People retweeting it right and left.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
felt like Burt Reynolds or something.
Burt Reynolds, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it's fancy. Fancy out there with my virality. They don't give you a watch or nothing. You know, it just happens. It's like, all right, here you go.
Today, you are the one who gets to be viral. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
Now, just because like I pay attention to Twitter trends, and I'm like, are there any Twitter trends I can corrupt for the purpose of Impossible Coin?
Well, yeah, of course.
And there was a stupid Twitter trend related to someone claiming that there were these like photos taken of the moon at the North Pole, which were obviously just like really low grade photoshops.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like rare photo of the moon at the North Pole. I'm like, well, what if I just post a picture from Majora's Mask and give it the same caption? Will people eat that shit up?
Of course.
Answer:
They did!
they did.
Do it again.
I'm trying, Tegan. I'm trying.
I know. I appreciate it. I appreciate your efforts. I could never.
What? Okay. All right. It's fine.
Rocky, you see what I tweet. You know what I tweet.
Yeah.
I could never. I could literally never.
You're not trying to ride the trends.
Yeah, that's true. That is also true.
I mean, it's not much different than fishing. Eventually you catch something.
Yeah. Rocky, what's going on, man?
Oh, you know what I'm actually kind of mad about? Okay, so we talked a little bit, a few weeks, who knows at this point.
A period of time.
How Sony is like revamping PS Plus, presumably to compete with Xbox Game Pass. But one of the things that I have routinely relied on with Sony as far as this, because they have PS Plus and they actually advertise it at like $10 a month, you know, like it's fucking Netflix or Hulu or something. But I never do that. I always just buy like the annual membership because it comes out to like $5 a month. It's like $60. And I just buy it like every like December or January, and that's the end of it. But apparently, because of their revamp and how they're making a new tiered structure, my remaining time on my current subscription won't carry over to the new subscription. They want me to not only forfeit the time that I've already purchased, but pay them more money, because no matter how I slice it, it's going to be more money to continue my PS Plus membership.
That sounds like bullshit.
It is bullshit. I fucking hate it. Even now, where like my PS4 is basically just a Final Fantasy 14 machine, and like when I lab combos in Unist or whatever, like it's still fucking bullshit. Like if I ever want to like go back and play Unist online, or if I end up wanting to play something that's not a freemium like Battle Royale game, like I have to pay them this money, and I don't want to do it. Especially since I'm supposed to be good till fucking December. We had a deal. We shook hands or whatever. I signed your UELA or whatever the fuck, but, you know, here I am. Fucking Sony.
Sony super doesn't care recently. It's wild to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're playing a different game. You know? Like, it's not like Amazon got to where they were because they cared, or like Netflix, really. They were taking money hand over fist. That's what they're trying to do.
My favorite part about the Sony dog shit is them adding insult to injury by saying, like, hey, look, once this transition is complete, you'll be able to stack again with the new tiers.
It's like, that's not what I asked for. I'm already here. This is not supposed to be something that affects me unless you're giving me more shit. Why would I give you more money than the money I already gave you? Where the fuck is my money, Sony?
I don't think Sony knows where their money is.
Well, they better fucking find it, Teeks.
This reminds me of another dumb thing that Sony is doing.
Okay.
Because I have a really strong feeling that over the course of the next several months and maybe even years, we could have a recurring segment called Dumb Thing That Sony Did This Week.
I mean, there's a reason I didn't buy a PS5, but yeah.
I did buy a PS5.
GG's.
I like it, though.
Congratulations.
Let's be real, Tegan. It's your Horizon machine.
It's my Horizon machine! I'm very happy with my Horizon machine. It looks pretty.
Is that they're like, hey, any game which has a MSRP of $39.99 or more has to have a demo which is at least 2 hours long.
I did see that. Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of like an initiative that I don't actually think Microsoft is continuing to follow. Where, like, they were saying that, like, Game Pass available games or whatever would have, like, 1 hour demos to be available on the service. I don't think Microsoft stuck to that. But, like, I do remember that, like, being marketed at some point. And maybe Sony tries to stick with it, but, like, it's not going to work. And there's definitely going to be games that, like, won't be available on the service because of it. And that's a fucking shame. But, like, hopefully they'll find life on PC. Got to keep an eye out for those, I think.
And the thing that you're talking about, the mandatory demo policy, the reason that Microsoft killed it was feedback from devs that said, like, hey,
this is stupid.
It takes considerable development resources to build a demo. So if we have a limited budget, taking time and money away from the game to build the demo
doesn't make sense.
Is unsupportable. And so what Microsoft did instead was, you know, like, obviously any game which is on Game Pass can be, like, downloaded at no additional cost.
Right.
But then once the game leaves Game Pass, if you're an active Game Pass subscriber, you get 20% off of buying it once it leaves Game Pass, if it does leave Game Pass.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you were playing that? You currently have it downloaded? That's cool. You can buy it for 20%.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Which means that, like, people get a chance to play stuff before buying, you know, like, potentially all the way through as long as it's on Game Pass. But if it does leave, they can buy it at a discount rate. So, and I'm just thinking about, like, this, like, intractable strategy, like this, like, we refuse to budge on demos bullshit. I'm like, you know who refused to budge on demos? Ouya refused to budge on demos.
I'm not sure that's exactly what's happening. I think it's more like they don't want to take Microsoft's word for it, which I can understand to a degree. I can see the failures, and, like, if Sony has a real plan, then maybe it works out. I doubt that they do, but, like, if there is something else to the approach that maybe they're considering or learning from, then maybe it could be something that works for their, like, AAA audience, but, like, I don't know. Like, for example, I would like to play a 2-hour demo of, like, Strangers of Paradise or Babylon's Fall before I actually spent money on them. That could be meaningful to me. But, like, for whatever, like, random indie, I don't need 2 hours with it beforehand. Like, at that point, like, $40 for a video game, like, the cost-benefit analysis, it shakes out in my favor no matter what. I'm pretty sure. But whatever.
And here's the thing that Sony could do that would be meaningful on that front, Rocky. And I know that like, the answer is not this. Sure. Whatever their answer is not this.
Yeah.
The answer is they could fund the development of the demos.
That's true.
You know, if they want to make it mandatory, then they can be like, hey, we will fund the demo development and we will provide development support for these mandatory demos.
Yeah, like, it's definitely a bad idea, but if they ate the check, that would definitely do a lot to make it more palatable for devs, at least. Where it's just like, yeah, these demos, like, this probably isn't a good idea, but we want them. And you say it costs money, we're asking how much. Then sure, that sounds reasonable. Not extremely so, but, like, you know, Also, they're probably not doing that. You know who should do that, though? Netflix, actually. Like, especially since they throw money at everything. If they want to do demos for stuff, even though that's not what they're doing, they're probably going to target, like, you know, the predatory gotcha market more than anything else. But, like, the Sony thing sucks. And I do want to talk briefly about Nintendo deciding to push back the Super Mario movie to 2023. I personally believe it's because it's not done, but also I think they saw how well received, like, Sonic 2 was, and they know that what they're making is not that. So, like, I feel like it's the same thing with, like, Elden Ring and, like, Breath of the Wild 2. But, like, you know, like, I'm not going to say I'm hyped for the Super Mario movie, but I don't see a way where they make it, given their current configuration, that isn't a mess, and I want to see the mess. I want to see the mess and get it over with. But they don't want to do that. They want to hold the mess for another year, and that feels whack.
So, the Sonic movie, when they originally released that trailer, and it was a mess, and everyone was like, excuse me, no! I feel like Nintendo, or the group that's doing the movie itself, is very afraid of that happening.
Was it Illumination?
And they aren't going to want to redo the movie.
Yeah, I know they don't want to redo the movie.
I think that's the problem more than anything else, you know?
Man, hold on. No! Oh, this is upsetting. The current release date for the new Super Mario film is going to be April 7th, 2023, which is my birthday weekend. Again. There's no way the Mario movie is going to ruin my birthday. I can't let that happen. God damn it.
It doesn't have to ruin your birthday. It could. Maybe it'll exceed your expectations. It won't, but maybe it could.
Whoa, Tegan! I want to see a Mario movie exceed my expectations, but, like, I don't believe that's possible. I feel like I know exactly what a Mario movie is going to be. I'm willing to be wrong about it, because you know this. It's documented. I am absolutely willing to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. Like,
Like,
I still can't believe.
Nintendo takes failures at the box office so personally. So seriously. And what's weird is that, like, there's a thing that they could have done when they announced this delay.
Okay.
Which would, I think, instill confidence in a weird way. Is if they said, hello, this is Miyamoto speaking. Because also the way they announced this was so weird.
Yeah.
It super was.
It was crazy weird. I don't know what that was about. I was talking with Chris Pratt. Like, yo, what?
Yeah. Hello, this is Miyamoto speaking. We're pushing back Mario in order to make the best Mario possible. So it'll be out in April of 2023. But in the meantime, we have finally pulled the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins from the fucking vault. And it is available for streaming for the first time.
I mean, maybe they're taking the delay just so they can get Anya Taylor-Joy to sing Cupcake CPR, but, like, in a British accent. Maybe that's what they're doing. And that takes, like, a year. I don't know, man.
I don't want that, though.
You're not down, Teeks?
No.
What if Daisy shows up and she's just yelling Reese's Puffs?
If Daisy shows up and does the Reese's Puffs, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Luigi's gonna sing Misery. There's no way he's not, right? Charlie Day singing Misery? Incredible.
Gotta.
Peak cinema.
Honestly, top tier everything right there.
Oh my god.
If that happened, I think the movie would be a rousing success.
Oh, but I think Brian wants to do a watch-along of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I don't know if I can stop him. I don't know if I have it in me.
We gotta do a watch-along of Sonic still.
Oh, wait, we've never watched the first Sonic movie together?
No!
We've not.
I haven't seen it. I've been saving it.
Oh, that's...
For the watch-along, so you can get my unbridled reactions.
That was good. I'm gonna do a take 2 reaction, which is probably gonna be better than the first one, so you guys aren't missing out on anything.
Fair, valid.
I haven't watched Sonic 2 yet, though, and I kind of want to. That's not important.
I haven't watched Sonic 2 either, but that's my son. Tails is my son. That's my child. I'm so proud of him.
I want to know when they do the chili dog nod. Like, maybe they do it in the second movie and I haven't heard about it. Don't tell me, please. If there's a chili dog in Sonic 2, I don't want to know until I see it. Also, I kind of want a chili dog now. Damn it.
That does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
No, it doesn't. Chili dogs do not sound good.
Tegan, what? Okay, no, hold on. I'm gonna do this. So there's...
This isn't a bit. This is not a bit.
No, I know. I get it. It's fine. Brian, there's a place here that I order from occasionally called Doggos.
Mm-hmm.
And they serve, like, comically huge, authentic Mexican hot dogs.
Oh, they do. They're giant.
Yeah.
They're so big.
I ate one on stream once, and it was like a 14-inch like Frank in like 12-ish inch bun, and they topped it with beans, tomatoes, sautéed onions, a chile tornado. They just threw it on top or whatever. They do nacho cheese, but I don't like putting the nacho cheese on my dog or whatever. But man, like, I might order doggos today on this Mother's Day or whatever.
Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to shove my face through an uncomfortable amount of hot dog.
No, I'm gonna eat
American.
No, there's that, I'm gonna eat it like Dexter from Dexter's Lab, where he ate that burrito with like a fork and knife or whatever, and he just cuts out little cubes of like the burrito for like 3 hours or whatever. I'll eat my doggos like that, I think.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I'm just sitting here thinking about how Paramount Pictures and Sega has managed to turn Sonic into this giant movie franchise where people collectively lost their shit at the post-credits scene for both of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Nintendo's like, look, we literally have the biggest video game franchise in the world, and we can't seem to get our shit together, and we put Chris Pratt in it.
Well, like, okay, hold on. I do want to say this specifically, because, like, you know, Sonic games are, like, usually, like, mid to sometimes good, but, like, it's because, like, Sonic is, like, cool, like, to, like, watch and, like, you know, interact with, but he's not, like, great to, like, control. Like, Sonic, I think, was always meant for, like, movies, TV shows. I'm not sure how great Sonic is as, like, a video game character because of, like, how difficult he is to control on the regular. Like, once you get it, and that's great. But, like, Mario kind of feels more like everyman. I don't think Mario's, like, super cool. Like, I think he's, like, accessible, understandable, controllable, I guess. But, like, I don't know if he has, like, the same thing that, like, translates to film as well.
But there's, like, plenty of people in film who are everymen.
Mm-hmm.
And Hollywood and film audiences celebrate them for that quality. Like,
sure.
You know, before Tom Hanks was everybody's dad, he was everybody. You know?
Yeah, but, like, also, like, he wasn't doing blockbusters, right? Like,
are you fucking kidding me? Big?
Okay, I watched Big on, like, VCR. I never saw it in the theater, so, like, you got me there.
Yeah, Big was a gigantic hit. Like, the thing about Tom Hanks was that, like, once he launched, once Tom Hanks Enterprises happened,
sure,
you know, like, it was nothing but money forever, you know? Think about how callow and mean-spirited and selfish Americans are, and how the only way that Hollywood could be like, how do we get Americans to care about people dying in the AIDS crisis? We got to do Tom Hanks. We got to put Tom Hanks in this picture. Oh, so, like, I think that there are people that they could have cast as Mario. I think there's approaches they could have taken to Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things I am on record as saying on this very program is that, like, I think that a lot of the casting is good with the exclusion of Mario.
I'm not happy about Peach.
I'm not happy about Peach either. But, Brian, I want to hear about your dream Mario
but that's
movie
okay.
instead.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I want to hear about these Peach complaints.
What do you mean? Anya Taylor-Joy? Okay, whatever. It's fine.
No, dig into it, man. Like, obviously it's not self-explanatory because you can't just shout her name and I know.
Okay,
you know, like,
fine.
Like, what's wrong with it?
There's several things that have happened, like, albeit in, like, possibly non-canon games in, like, the Mario-verse, where, like, Peach isn't actually, like, this damsel in distress that, like, exists in the public consciousness, right? Mm-hmm. She is arguably more powerful than Mario. She has a lot of tools. She is intelligent. She's one of the few characters that, like, actually speaks consistently throughout the universe. And, like, I think Anya Taylor-Joy doesn't sell that to people. The Super Mario movie could be an opportunity to, like, show that, like, Peach is actually, like, a powerful, like, self-sustaining character. And while I think Anya Taylor-Joy has the chops to do that, I don't think that's what she sells by being a part of this film.
So, you think that the person who played a chess grandmaster can't sell being OP?
That's not what I'm saying. I think she sold being a chess grandmaster, but, like, Peach isn't a chess grandmaster. Like, you know, like, that's not her strength, specifically.
Well, then let me throw this out to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, I also need to know if this is real or if this is a case of bitch eating crackers.
Well, I don't know what that phrase means, so...
I can explain.
Okay.
Bitch eating crackers refers to like inexplicable disdain for a woman.
Okay.
Where, somebody's like, look at that bitch just eating crackers as if like...
okay. Fine. When you say it like that, I get what you're saying, but no, I don't think that's what this is, but go on.
Okay. So what you're saying is this is not bitch eating crackers.
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm also glad I could add that to y'all's lexicon.
I appreciate it when you expand my vocabulary in a positive way.
I'm probably never gonna say that again, but like...
But you know what it means now.
I do know what it means.
Yeah. Who would you have cast as Peach? If you're like, it not her, then who?
I don't know anything about actors, so I can't say who I would have cast instead.
Yeah.
My problem with Peach specifically is that they're doing the thing where they're making the royalty British, and I don't like that. They did it in Zelda, and they're doing it again in Mario, and I don't like it. That's my problem. It's like a non-problem. If she can do a very good, like, neutral accent, I think it'll be fine.
And she definitely has in film before, like...
But I don't think they're going to have her do that. I think they're going to have her use her regular British accent. And, like, it's going to make Peach feel lofty and above when she's very much not that kind of ruler. You know?
I don't have the name on top of my head. I need like 5 minutes, but I do know there's someone else that's better than Anya Taylor-Joy.
I have a Peach I would be fine with.
Okay.
Were it not her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Kirsten Dunst would be a fantastic Peach.
I think she could do a very good Peach.
Yeah.
Actually.
She is definitely like a under-celebrated actor. She has this like high energy quality to her. And I think that there's going to be a lot of scenes in this movie which are going to have like pretty high key energy in them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could put, like, say, Charlie Day and Jack Black and Seth Rogen on the screen together and assume that there's going to be anything about that scene which will be less than, like, high key, And having somebody who can match that energy is important, which is why, part of, other than being a terrible bigot, one of the reasons why Chris Pratt is a terrible choice. Mm-hmm. Because how in the world is Chris Pratt going to match that energy of those actors? He just can't. Chris Pratt is like the going to Olive Garden of actors.
When you hear your family.
I like Olive Garden. This is the whole Applebee's conversation again. There's no good food in Ohio. I don't know how to explain this to you.
Man, I know. Ugh. I don't know if I pick her for this today, but like, there's definitely a section of like Amy Smart's career that I would put her as Princess Peach.
Has anybody seen Amy Smart for years?
Yeah, no, right? No, she's left acting, and like, I respect it. I totally do. But like, or Jesus, what's her name? Give me a second. Oh no, this is sociopathic social climber. That's not what I want. I want Confessions of a Shopaholic. Isla Fisher, I think, could be an interesting Princess Peach. She'd have to dye blonde for it, but I don't think that's a big jump for her.
This is an animated motion picture, sir.
Oh yeah, that's true. She could just voice it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her voicing Isla Fisher as like Princess Peach could also do pretty well, I think. But no, there's someone else that I'm not pulling out of my head right now. But either way, it's not like like we find the name now and Miyamoto's like, oh, exactly, we should have picked her. Anya Taylor-Joy kick rocks or whatever. Like, none of that's gonna happen. So,
bitch eating mushrooms or radishes or what have you.
Ayo.
Turnips.
Turnips.
That's a correct one.
Bitch eating turnips. Rocky, what's a Flowstone Saga playtest?
There's a game I backed on Kickstarter about a year ago called Flowstone Saga, which is an RPG that pitches the idea where all of your combat and puzzle encounters are actually like variations on the familiar game Tetris, right? I think I actually streamed some of the demo last summer, but they've been like consistently updating it and expanding its content. And they have made basically the first like fifth of the completed game available on like Steam for backers of the Kickstarter. So like I've updated my files for Flowstone Saga, and I decided to dig into it over this past week. And I think the Tetris feels better. There's a couple of things that I dislike where like the Tetris is now like truly randomized instead of like, a consistent sequence when you started a battle, because I like the idea of like, oh, this is what I do when I get started, and this is how my damage light goes off, because you could, have a consistent game plan instead of reacting to like the stage itself. So I'm used to that kind of comfort of like, offense and defense in like RPGs, as opposed to like the randomness of Tetris to fight that way. But the game does feel easier. They've added items and stuff. I like the way that it works. I like the mechanics and the feel of playing the game. I really like fighting my battles and setting up combos to like wipe out monsters or whatever, or like reacting to like bosses doing Tetris attack bullshit to you, like blinding you on the screen, or like putting blocks that will like consistently deal damage over time until you clear them. That stuff is cool. And I even like the kind of like puzzling aspect of it, where like you come across an area and you can't progress until like you figure out how to fit these like 5 tetrominoes into a particular shape, and like building out like a particular loadout of like tetrominoes. Well, I guess some of them are more than tetrominoes, because like they're more than like 4 pieces. So like I guess they'd be quintominoes or sextominoes at that point. I think maybe one of them has 7. I can't remember. But I've been fucking around with it over the past week, and I like it. I like the way the game feels and whatnot. And I know there's some things that are like mechanically like not perfect, but it's also a development build, and like their due date isn't for like another year or so that's fine. But one of the things that has been a consistent barrier for me is like the writing of the game. Like it feels like cheesy in a dumb way, and I can't fucking deal with it. Which is a shame, because I don't like mashing through text on fucking RPGs. And like, I like reading through RPGs. That shit is fun, because people take big swings at weird ideas. But like, right now, it feels like I'm reading through nonsense until I can play Tetris again, and that's not great. But we'll see how that plays out over the next couple of months, and maybe it'll be entirely different when we get to release. In fact, I hope that it is. But that's where I'm at right now. I'll give you a second, no worries.
Yeah, no, it's just, if y'all found my FetLife profile, it'd say like turn-ons, genre hybrids. Brian loves a good genre hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
And JRPG with Tetris hooks as a combat mechanic is absolutely my brand of vodka.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
And I had to fucking check. I was like, I had to go open my email when you started talking about this, going like,
did I already back this? Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you've ever played that game, Rocky.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I was like, oh, did I buy this? Oh, I did buy this. I did. Yeah.
Well, Build 88 went live on the last podcast day. So if you want to play it on Steam, you can do it whenever.
I should do that.
Mm-hmm.
I really love good RPG writing. Like, it's such a driver. It's sort of like to hear that it's like, like, I really care about that pizza delivery before the fucking starts happening, Like, so to think the writing is bad is just...
No, it's a huge bummer. But again, everything else is pretty fucking cool. So, like, when you're playing the Tetris, right?
Right.
First off, the game, what it does, it actually starts you off on, like, trinominos. So, like, you get, like a short L, and then, like, you get the 4 straight block, a square, and then the actual L tetrominoes or whatever. But you can, like... you get like quintominoes, which work like sort of like extended T tetrominoes, or extended like S and N or S and Z tetrominoes. So like they function like the L's if you need them to, but if you need to fit them into like a vertical space, you can use them like an S or Z if you don't have one.
Right.
And the longer tetrominoes that you end up using, they come with these little gemstones that, like, if they're linked together, like, if they have a continuous, like, chain in the space, when you pop them, they deal bonus damage. And so, like, the game, like, incentivizes you to use a larger one because you can deal more damage more quickly. And then there's, like, all sorts of, like, tiny little mini-game stuff, because, like, there's definitely, like, the general RPG battles, and there's, like, the puzzle solving, where you have to make a particular shape. But there's also, like, a very zen resource gathering, like, thing that you do, where, like, they'll drop, like, blocks of, like, stone or wood or seeds and stone, and then, like, and soil. I said stone twice, fuck me. But, and you clear those as, like, they drop periodically, but it puts you on, like, on a different, like, I guess, like, loadout of, like, tetrominoes. But
Right.
since it is an RPG, like, it's customizable, and, like, I've gotten back to the point in this new build where you unlock classes. And so, like, now I have a build that's based on, like, dealing really big critical hits, and I have, like, a sneak attack, which allows me to, like, deal more damage with shorter lines, as opposed to, like, trying to build up, like, Tetrises every time. There's also, like, I think the second one that you unlock immediately is, like, Paladin, which is, every time you start dealing damage, you can actually, like, passively heal yourself. So, like, if your fights tend to run long, or, like, you lose the battle of attrition, like, you can consistently heal throughout, and that's a way that you can deal with the challenges of the game. It's pretty cool. I mean, I turned it down from, like, Heroic, which is, like, what I did on the stream last summer. So now, like, I'm just playing it, like, on Adventure, which is, like, the normal version.
Right.
And it's alright. Again, like, the gameplay's good, which is what I've been counting on. That's why I wasn't interested. But, like, I really hope that, like, the writing doesn't end up being an afterthought, but at the moment it's pretty clumsy, which is a bummer. But, you know, they're gonna try to fill out the game first, I think, and then they'll try cleaning it up. I think that's what they're planning to do.
Oh. Tegan?
Yeah.
I believe that you have things.
Yeah, I'm living the most dangerous game right now. Election
so?
season in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it here. We just finished the primaries like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already so tired. All of the advertisements are shit. I hate seeing flags in people's yards. It's nonstop. It's never ending. This is the worst games as a service event ever. Bad. They're bad. It's awful. Everything here is bad. Don't move to Ohio if you can avoid it. Don't do it. Might I recommend literally any other state, honestly.
I don't know.
Except maybe Arizona. You know what, actually? Except maybe Arizona.
At least I can buy condoms in Ohio, right?
Yeah, right. Beer on Sundays. Do that too.
Oh, man. I mean, also, I could buy liquor from places. Maybe that's not the best idea. Because, like, I do remember, like, Arizona's also that, like, you can just buy, like, liquor at Target or whatever. And, like,
you can get, like, wine at Target, but you can't get, like, real, like, hard stuff, if that makes sense.
I mean, that makes sense. But, like, yeah, this place is definitely deeply reliant on, like, liquor stores as, like, a particular business. They can't be integrated into anything else. The laws will not allow it.
I see. Unfortunate.
But, you know, my girl Carmen, she hooks me up, so, like, we're cool.
San Diego?
No.
Oh, okay.
Also, I did love Carmen Sandiego. I did not watch the Gina Rodriguez show, though, you know, because, like, I can't fuck with Gina Rodriguez, but, like, Carmen Sandiego was kind of cool, I think. Although, she might be, like, a Nico Robin ripoff, but, like, we'll save that for the anime episode.
That's fair. We'll get there. It'll be fine. Let's see. The other thing I'm doing is I started playing Switch Sports. I picked it up the day it was released, and I've officially started playing it. My labs are cute! She, like, when she's, like, they do, like, little stretching poses before, like, matches while you're, like, getting ready, to, like, select them. And she's always, like, in this thinking pose, and all I can think is, like, you are also not athletic. You understand. We're both sitting here like, how do I work out? Haha. I've mostly been playing badminton and bowling. And the bowling has, like, a new thing where there's, like, imagine mini golf, but bowling. Where, like, they changed the lane so that, like, there's holes in it now that you have to avoid. And, like, there's a ramp at the top, like, up to the pin, so you have to throw it harder than you usually would. And, like, that kind of stuff. It's really goofy, but it's really cute.
I think that's fair. Like, because it was really easy to just, like, game the strikes. Like,
yeah.
Me and my brothers used to throw perfect games for a while, and we're just like, hey, guys, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I saw somebody on TikTok bowl a perfect game.
Oh my god.
I've been waiting years for this! These children have no idea what's coming for them! And then they bowled a perfect game in, like, the online collaboration thing where you're, like, versus each other.
Yeah.
If you play online, you unlock new, like, outfits and, like, kit sets for your little dude.
Okay, but is there drip?
I think my little outfit's kind of cute. I like it. I'd wear it.
Okay, but like, so Tegan, you know the guy that like dresses up as like anime characters, but like high fashion.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything that he would happen to have in his closet as an unlockable clothing option that you've seen so far?
I have no idea. Genuinely. Maybe later. Some of the color combos, though, yes.
Okay.
Like, there are some pretty sick color combos. Mm-hmm. My regular jacket is a longer jacket, like a tunic jacket, and it is an asymmetrical hemline.
Okay. I'm interested.
So, like, that's pretty cool. And the tennis skirts for, like, the girl outfit, for, like, when you're playing, whatever. If you don't want to wear pants, you can wear a skirt. The skirt outfit is actually, like, a reasonable, like, sporty length. It's not, like, booty popping, you know?
That's fair.
And I appreciate that as a woman who has to buy workout clothes eventually. I do appreciate that it's not like, I'm gonna be looking at my ass all the time. But it's been cute. I've enjoyed it. I did find out that I do have to do more, like, shoulder rotator exercises, if that makes sense, because I did hurt myself playing badminton a little bit. Okay. And I did almost throw. I do actually recommend playing with the Joy-Con like strap, because I literally did at one point let go of my controller while I was playing badminton. And because I was wearing the strap, it just swung around my wrist a couple times and then landed back in my hand.
Yeah, like, it's like, oh, I did that on purpose. I was going for a Sailor Moon flare.
Yeah, I was being super cool, actually. It's fine.
One of my favorite things ever that emerged from the Wii era of video games is footage of people, like, absolutely lancing their televisions with Wiimotes. Like, people who are just standing there being like, I'm doing a tennis, and then they, like, kill their television or something.
Damn.
Have you seen footage of people, like, throwing their Wiimotes through televisions?
I mean,
from the Wii era, yes. I haven't seen that with the Switch, though.
I saw my first one. I'm so excited.
Oh, hell yeah!
So excited, he says. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, it didn't fucking happen until Switch Sports. It's like nobody lanced their television with that game where you're like, you know, guessing the ice cubes and jacking off the cows. Like, nobody did it then.
Yeah, 1-2 Switch.
But now that we have Switch Sports, someone has finally lanced a television, and I'm excited. Because, like, I was like, man, I'm like, the Joy-Cons aren't as big as the Wiimotes. Are they going to be heavy enough? Like,
are they going to be heavy enough? I will tell you, that thing fucking flew out of my hand. It was wild. And I was just like, there's no, and they aren't making, like, the grips for them. The affectionately called Wiimote condoms. Like, they're not making those for the Joy-Cons.
They not available.
So it's just gone. When it's gone, it's gone. But please don't forget to lock your little, if you're using the wrist strap, please don't forget to lock it in place with the little click.
And so that's the problem. That what's happening is people are putting on the wrist straps, but they're not locking them.
No.
So they go to do a sports, and the thing just, like, slides off the rail into their fucking TVs. And I'm just...
Oh, God. Please lock it. There's a little, like, off-color gray thing that you just have to slide up. That's it.
You know how, like, there's a bunch of really specific words in German for, like, weird emotions that are caused by very, very specific things?
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. Is there a word for the pleasure one feels from seeing a Joy-Con fly through a television?
I think it would be the same word, honestly, as the pleasure of seeing someone else's misfortune. I think those are the same words.
Yeah, I think shade and front works there, man.
Okay.
It's very fun, though. It is very fun. Like, when I was playing it, I was playing at my work desk, on my little Switch, like, portable. So, like, I would have lanced my fucking work monitor.
Oh my God.
Alternately, it would have launched itself underneath both of the monitors and, like, landed on the bed, which would have been fine, but, like, spook. I was just like, wow, it's a good thing I had this on.
And it's like one of those things where, like, most of the people who have experienced the destruction of equipment as a result of this have been destroyed Joy-Cons, not destroyed televisions, because they're like, yeah, you know, it flew out of my hand, and then my Joy-Con, you know, hit the wall going as fast as its little heart could.
Right, exactly. It just launched, and then boom!
and then my Joy-Con exploded.
Fireworks for my Joy-Con.
But, like, hey, if you want your Joy-Con to survive, I can tell you a thing which is softer than your Joy-Con, which it'll destroy, which is your TV. Your Joy-Con will destroy your TV. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm just. It has been a long time since TV destroying season from Nintendo, and we are blessed. Good lord. Tegan, you've also been.
I've been playing the greatest game of the year, yeah? Yeah, I have been. In case you don't know what that game is, it's fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. God damn it, I hate Ted Faro. I hate Ted Faro continually. Wow! Some stuff sure did happen!
What happened, Teeks?
So I'd done a bunch of, like, grinding to prepare for continuing the main plot. And I thought I was very close to the end of this game, right? And now I think maybe I'm less close to the end of this game than I thought I was. But that could also be wrong. So I did the Gemini quest, which is where you and Beta go to the Gemini Cauldron, and all your friends go to other cauldrons in the area, and everybody sets off like a pulse charge to try and mimic the kind of power that Gaia will be outputting to try and contain the Hephaestus program in an effort to distract the Zeniths, who, remember, are the people from space, into not being able to tell exactly where we are. And I want to let you know that didn't work at all.
Okay.
We were like, it's working, this is great. And it turns out it super was not working. They definitely knew where we were the entire time.
Ayo.
And they did come and kick my ass entirely. It was beautiful. We got Gaia to get the Hephaestus program, and that went fine. And then the aliens showed up, and they were like, great, we're taking Beta, and we're gonna kill you. And I was like, you're not gonna really kill me, right? And then they killed my friend, my best friend, and our companion, Varl, because Aloy can't have anything nice. And then they kidnapped my twin sister, which was great, who Aloy is now referring to as her sister, which is great. And then I was blinded, and then I woke up in a weird-ass vault. And I was like, oh, okay, this is like an art museum, but like a proper art museum. Interesting. And there was, like, paintings about, like, the Garden of Eden and the fall of Jerusalem and, like, that kind of shit in there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
What is going on? And then I had tea or coffee, maybe, with one of the Zenith people. And she was like, I'm actually on your side, not on their side. It doesn't matter that I'm immortal. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about that.
Oh my god.
I don't want the other Zeniths to succeed because they suck. And I don't suck. Like they do, I promise. You can trust me, because I'm cool and I saved your life. I could have done more, but I didn't. And so now, I'm going to try to keep the Tenakth from going to a civil war, and also fuck up Silence's plan so he has to help me instead, and sneak in the back of the Zenith space to get Gaia and Beta, and I can now override Sunwings, which means I can fly into battle on a pterodactyl.
That's cool.
Yeah! And I stopped the session right when I'd started flying on the Sunwing, because I was like, this is going to go into a longer series of quests, and it's going to take a couple hours, so we'll just come back to that next time. And then I realized I hadn't actually saved the game before I overrode the Sunwing, so I don't know. And I have to restart the PlayStation, usually at least once, before I start streaming, because otherwise the audio is out of sync with my my capture card. And so I don't know how much data I'm going to lose. And so I'm going to do that like tonight or tomorrow to see where we're at. And if I have to do the whole Gemini questline again. But it was so good. The story, very good. Really enjoying it. Excited for the third one.
Well, hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I have also started, as a side thing, I'm not streaming this, and I'm going to be taking my sweet-ass time with it, so I have no expected update schedule on it, but I started playing Dark Souls over the weekend, or over the week, and I got very mad at it immediately. I picked a knight.
Okay.
Or a warrior for, like, my build, because I was like, I want a shield, and I don't want to die very quickly, but I want to be able to swing fast eventually. And Alex was like, okay, you just pick a warrior, and then we just up your strength and your dexterity, and it'll be fine. And I was like, cool. And then I kept hitting the roll button to attack, because all of the buttons on the Xbox are in the wrong place for me.
I mean, I've seen that before. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so I died a bunch and got mad. And so Alex, in his infinite wisdom, restarted my save file and got me to where I gave up, essentially, which was, like, shortly after. Like, I'm still in the first area. I haven't, like, killed any big bosses or anything. Mm-hmm. I'd just escaped the undead asylum.
Okay. Yeah.
And he got me up to that point again, but with a different build. And he's like, this one I think you will like more, because I was watching you play and I realized what you were trying to do was not what we built you for. So I'm just going to fix it real quick and then you can go from there. And I was like, nice. Okay.
All right.
So we're going to give it a second shot.
For sure. Yeah. Dark Souls is one of those things that, like, it doesn't click until it does, which is like...
Yeah, that's what he said. He's having a good time, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
There was definitely an instance where he was like, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to jump, and then you swing your sword, and you'll do a diving attack. And I jumped, and I hit the button, and it did not do the animation, but it did do the attack. I was just like, I don't know why you fell there. And I was like, He's like, but you did the thing. And I was like, I don't know what happened. And then I immediately got absolutely bodied. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
I mean... For sure, fuck. Fucking Dark Souls.
We'll figure it out, or we won't. But I promised Alex I would give it a good college try.
I want to believe.
You know.
Was this brought about by your interest in, like, FromSoft lore? I saw, like, a tweet where apparently he used the phrase lore snorkeling.
Lore snorkeling, yeah. So one of my friends, Alex knows all the Dark Souls lore. He's very into it. He's very invested. He talks about Dark Souls the way that I talk about Zelda. So, like, I listen to him talk about Dark Souls. He listens to me talk about Zelda. It all works out. And one of my friends asked me what the plot of Elden Ring was. And I was like, I have no idea, but I know who will. And so I was like, hey, Alex, what's the plot of Elden Ring? And he said, all right. Before we begin, we have to do some shallow lore diving. Lore snorkeling, if you will.
No, you don't!
I mean, kind of.
Well, he was doing it to give me background on the characters in Elden Ring before he went into the story of Elden Ring, so I knew who was who.
Mm-hmm.
That was all it was. And I was like, sweet. And then, like, he could just say names. He was like, this person is this person. This person does this, this, and this. This person did this, this, and this. And now I can tell you the story. The story is blah, 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 blah. And he could just say names then, and I would remember who was who, so it was easier on me. That's all it was. And that was following the previous night where Alex said, hey, Tegan, I have a question about Wind Waker. And I answered his question and then, like, kept talking. And 2 hours later, he said, okay, Tegan, I'm going to bed now. So it was fair. It was all fair and valid, honestly. But yeah, it was a good time. So I'm happy to try his favorite game for him, you know, just to see how it goes. It'll be fine. We've decided, like, there's a point in the game where if I still don't like it, we're gonna switch. And if most of my problems with it are, like, menu fighting bit, like, not about, like, the game itself, not that I'm getting frustrated with the game, but I'm getting frustrated with, like, the systems in the game, we're gonna end up switching to Dark Souls 3, because he said, so far everything you are complaining about is stuff that they actually fixed in Dark Souls 3, and I was like, oh, okay, so we'll just try that one instead.
I feel like Dark Souls 3 is actually just, like, easier to play.
Yeah.
That was the big thing, like, I finished Prepare to Die or whatever, and then I wasn't super interested in playing Dark Souls 2, but then I picked up Dark Souls 3 and I was just like, oh my god, everything just feels like it makes sense. Like, just
yeah,
suddenly.
That's what Alex said too. He said Dark Souls 3 is, of the Dark Souls games, is not just the best one, but the easiest one to play.
Mm-hmm.
But of all of the FromSoft games, he thinks that Elden Ring has the best, like, entry barrier, if that makes sense. Like, the lowest entry barrier.
No, that does make sense.
And he thinks I'll really like Dark Souls because I do enjoy listening to him talk about it. It's just that I don't know what's going on, so he's like, it's okay. We'll play it together, and it'll be fine. And if you get really frustrated, you'll have at least tried it, and so, like, we'll just both know it's not for you then. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Because I can play games I like all the time. I'm like, hello, please play Horizon game. It's very good, I promise. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I swear you're gonna have fun.
Man, it looks like a fun game.
It's a very fun game. It's a very fun game. Highly recommend. Rocky, do you want a copy?
I'll update you on that.
Okay. I got a PlayStation DL code for it for PS4.
I don't know how it runs on PS4. But I don't know.
It runs fine.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Go.
Brian.
Yes.
Brian, will you tell me about the funniest game ever in existence?
Is that an attempted segue into the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition?
Yeah, it is.
The
Stanley Parable is super funny. I think.
I agree. I think that the writing is like spot on perfect in the Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm. There's
also so few games that could just like release their sequel as a fucking hidden feature of like a re-release of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that? Like Frog Fractions could do that. Like, it's a pretty short list where they could get away with it and go lol.
Mm-hmm. And have the fan base be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe." Perfect.
Or I guess like I guess the fan base would be like, "I always believed," you know,
right.
Like because I got the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition and I was very excited for it, and I loved like the first thing the game does when you boot it up and ask the player, "Have you played the Stanley Parable before?" Yes, no. You know, it's a little menu prompt,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "Yes, I played the Stanley Parable." At which point, screen goes black. Title screen comes back up, and now the title screen says the Stanley Parable 2.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's like, holy shit. And they're just like, yeah, and they're like, the Stanley Parable 2 is here. It's like, you can either get to it organically by, like, playing through the content of the Stanley Parable 1, at which point, like, Stanley Parable 2 becomes available, or you can just tell the game, like, look, I've already played Stanley Parable. They're like, all right, here you go, here's the new game.
They're like, we believe you.
Yeah, like, we will not have a test. Oh my god, it's so good. Guys, it's so fucking good. Like, I mean, I guess, like, that's one of the things, like, it's like, how do you revisit the Stanley Parable? First of all, who here has played the Stanley Parable?
Not me.
Okay. How much do you know of, like, how the Stanley Parable works?
I mean, I've, like, watched parts of playthroughs of it.
Okay. So, you know that the whole gimmick is that, like, the narrator is trying to narrate what you're about to do, at which point you're given essentially an opportunity to defy him.
Right.
At which point he continues narrating. You're like trying to shepherd you into a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That idea is definitely revisited. There's a lot of new territory here. Things that I have had happen to me in the Stanley Parable 2 include getting dumped into the watchtower at the beginning of Firewatch and having the narrator try and figure out what type of person lives in that Firewatch tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And he's like, "Oh, Stanley, I don't know who lives here. Probably some kind of sexual degenerate." Like,
oh, no.
At which point, like, I descend the watchtower, and the narrator becomes exasperated because it's open terrain and not, like, endless, confined corridors. At which point, like, the narrator starts, like, very, very quickly trying to, like, put up walls around the environment for Firewatch.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this just won't do it all. At which point, he gathers up your character and then dumps you into the middle of a field from Rocket League. And it's like, oh, this is much better, Stanley. Just a nice, simple rectangle.
Oh, my God.
So I then, like, I wandered into the goal, and I fell down the ball return from Rocket League. Narrator became even more exasperated. There's a part in the game where you visit a museum of the Stanley Parable, which allows you to, like, revisit all of the successes of 2013. It's like, let's revisit, the good old days, 2013, when the Stanley Parable came out. So you wander this museum of the Stanley Parable, and like there's points where you're getting to like visit exhibits, which are like the ridiculous like hyperbolic reviews that accompany the game. Like one of the ones that they come across is like the review by Stephanie Sterling when the game came out, which said, "The Stanley Parable is all video games." And the narrator's like, "Oh, do you hear that, Stanley? We're all video games."
Every single one. Amazing. Oh
exactly.
goodness.
And so then, like, it becomes scary when, like, as you're wandering, you eventually go outside the museum and you discover the Steam reviews. The Steam user reviews.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah. And the narrator's like, "Oh no, Stanley, it's the Steam reviews."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
And so they have like all these like oil barrels set up. It's like sludge leaking out of them, and beside them will be like the gross bad Steam reviews, like 1 out of 10, 0.1 hours on record, like would not play, has no guns, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, who do they think this is? This game's not funny. And you're kind of like wandering around. They call this like the Stanley Parable Memory Center, and eventually the narrator becomes frustrated and is like, "We have to find a path forward, Stanley." And so the path forward is like him trying to figure out what a sequel should be. And so he's like, "I know, Stanley, we need to have collectibles. All games have collectibles now."
Oh my god.
And so like he then introduces like the idea of Stanlerines. It's like, "Stanley, and the only reward shall be that one number shall become higher while the other number remains the same." Yeah.
Amazing.
So good.
Sounds great, honestly.
Really, really good. And then they introduced the idea of the bucket.
The bucket?
The bucket. Like, eventually the narrator provides Stanley the emotional reassurance bucket. It's like, "Stanley, perhaps the Stanley Parable would be better if you had a bucket for emotional reassurance." And like the emotional reassurance bucket like opens up something like 10 hours of gameplay. There's so much stuff in the emotional reassurance bucket. I have murdered the bucket. I have fallen in love with the bucket. The bucket has taken over the world. The bucket has defeated the narrator. Like there is so much stuff. Like I got to it. I found an ending which allows me to reach the end of known time, where I am the last living creature in the universe, and I have outlived the narrator. The narrator has died, and it is just me and the bucket at the end of the universe. So much good stuff. Like, one of the things, like, it's just like, there were so many things that, like, were in the original Stanley Parable that were, like, beloved to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things was, like, in the Stanley Parable, one of the places that you can visit is the mind control facility. And, like, as you're wandering around, like, either following or defying directions, there's a place you can come called the Mind Control Facility. And back in 2013, it was possible to force yourself off of one particular platform at the Mind Control Facility and fall to the bottom of this shaft and kind of, like, find your way. Like, it was a bug. It was not an intended feature. There was no narration down there. It was... And because of the way the Stanley Parable works, where so much is, like, mysteries and silliness, and like there even is an ending in the game about like clipping out of the map, people were convinced there was something at the bottom of this mind control facility if you got off this platform. And so like one of the first things I did playing the game was I went to the mind control facility and I clipped off the platform and I fell to the bottom of the shaft, and the narrator's like, "Congratulations, in 2013 there was no original content down here."
Got him.
Now there is.
Oh my god.
At which point, like, I then went through the variety of bottom of the mind control facility endings. There's things that happen when you go down there with the bucket. There's things that happen when you go down there without the bucket. There's things that happen when you go down there with the bucket but have found all the figurines. And there's things that happen when you go down there without the bucket but have also found all the figurines. Like, I know, Buffy. It's like so much content, baby.
A wild amount of content.
Yes. It's all funny, and it's insightful. It has a lot to say about, like, where video games are right now. At one point in the game, it presents you with, like, a junket for, it's like, here's the rollout for, the Stanley Parable 2. And so you're, like, at this thing, which is, like, designed to look like a like an E3 booth, and one of the areas of the booth is like Stanley Parable 2 merchandise, and there's a QR code on the booth, and so I'm like, maybe? And so I just kind of like put my controller down and grabbed my phone and took a picture of the QR code, which leads to a real website for the Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, StanleyParable2.com is real. The QR code in the game takes you to Stanley Parable 2. And at the Stanley Parable 2 website, like there's like an unlisted YouTube video touting the release of the game. Like so much fucking stuff. Like the game is gigantic. And like all kinds of like weird silliness. Like all of the like the original goofiness of the game is there. Like there was a thing that you would unlock in the first Stanley Parable by just playing with all of the settings in the menu. Like it was like where like the narrator would be like, "Congratulations, Stanley, you truly are the settings master." And so like this time like, the narrator's like, "Oh, Stanley, you're the settings master." He takes you to the room to get the trophy for being the settings master. He's like, "And just because of that, like I'm going to give you a new settings slider. Quintesslitude. Please enjoy all the quintesslitude your heart desires." And you go to the settings, and now there's a new slider that says like quintesslitude, and sure enough, like it seems to do something. Like it's so fucking good. Like, and to like put out a whole new game and to release it under the title of the old game. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like I think this could do it. Like Frog Fractions could do it, but there's something about like the meta way that the Stanley Parable and Frog Fractions just kind of like comment on like how video games work and are sold, which is such a pleasure. I really do. I mean, I think probably Spelunky could do this too, and like nobody would be mad. But like, I really do love it. It's an absolute pleasure. Something I'd love to see on Twitch. I would love to see Tegan play the Stanley Parable on Twitch, and just like see her try and discover all of the like the mini secrets and many little hiding places in the game, because there's so much to do. The whole point of like the Stanley Parable is like it's a puzzle box which is funny. The more stuff you poke at, the funnier it gets, and like that's a real pleasure.
I mean, it does sound like a game I would definitely enjoy.
Yeah.
And it is a game I have not played before.
Oh.
So.
God, so
sounds
much
like
there.
It might be a good match.
Yeah.
The problem with only streaming one day a week is that there are too many games.
You can finish this in like 2 weeks, actually.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've also been playing another video game called Not Words, and it's real good. It is a video game from Zach Gage, who, if you like clean, beautiful, simple UI design, then like Zach Gage is your guy. He's the guy behind Spell Tower and Flip Flop Solitaire and Really Bad Chess, Card of Darkness, and Good Sudoku. And so like with like no warning, he's just like, yeah, here's Not Words. And Not Words is this game where like it kind of gives you what looks like a laid out crossword puzzle field, and it'll give you like different sections, which it'll tell you like, say like MTDN goes in these 4 letters, and you need to figure out where the MTDN go in each one of the 4 blocks. And the blocks don't necessarily represent like single complete words. It'll be like, oh, like here's a diagonal of these 4 letters, or like here's an L shape of these 4 letters. So it might be like that the letters you have represent parts of like 4 words or 3 words, and just figuring out how the letters are configured in each one of the little pieces in order to complete the puzzle. Because it's like, what if you had a crossword puzzle with no prompts as to like what the words were, and like I'll rephrase it. There's like a single prompt which exists to describe the word, all of the words within like a field. Like it could be the hint for, you know, like this puzzle table will just be like adjectives. All of the words are going to be adjectives, and like that's it. And then just figuring out how to like order these letters in order to reveal all of the words, because like what you're laying out aren't necessarily like solving the individual words, and I've like taken to like starting by like trying to like break one particular word and then kind of like using it to like force my way across the board.
Mm.
But it's been really satisfying, really clean. Once again, like his like the way his games look is just so beautiful. There's always like just such good simple sound design. What I thought was funny is that the guy who created Wordle said, like, I'm really enjoying Not Words. And that got picked up by so many like news outlets, like Wordle creator endorses new puzzle game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm glad that like fucking Josh Wardle likes this, but Zach Gage has been making 5-star games for years longer than Josh Wardle. It's, you know, it was one of those things like I heard new Zach Gage game and I got excited and downloaded it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see people who are like, oh, well, if the Wordle guy says it's a go, I'm like, this dude has been making bangers for years. I have a folder on my phone called Zach Gage where I just put all the games from this designer. They get their own folder.
I hope they're cozy in there.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Is it silly to put games from a single designer into a folder?
I have no idea. It's not my experience. I don't feel right commenting on it.
I think it's like putting fan art of your favorite character all in one folder. I think it's fine. It's like an Eat a Bag, but on your phone.
But in phone Eat a Bag, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Hmm?
See, there it is.
Where are these? Let me see. Card of Darkness. Is this really bad chess?
Yep.
And then Spell Tower Plus and Flip Flop Plus. Oh,
Yeah.
and Sudoku Plus. I skipped over that one. My bad.
Yeah.
Alright.
Currently, Not Words is not in the folder because it has earned a spot on the front page of my phone in the row closest to my thumb. So that way I could do a thing where I grab my phone and just flick with my thumb and immediately find it.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. Ergonomics, everybody. Ergonomics. News!
News. A stunning turn of events. Brian is first.
Hey, who wants to talk about Square Enix making a bafflingly bad decision?
Oh, yeah, sure. This sounds like Square Enix. Let's do it.
I mean, the first bafflingly bad decision they did was they showed Sora's feet.
I would argue that they've made bad decisions that predate that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they sold all of their Western studios and most of their Western IPs to the Embracer Group for $300 million. That's it. So that includes the IPs Tomb Raider, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and if anybody's keeping track at home, fucking Gex the Gecko. But like that's neither here nor there. Deus Ex. So all of these properties are now belong to the Embracer Group, as well as all of Square Enix's Western studios. And furthermore, for those of you keeping track at home, Square Enix's Western studios are distributed across 3 locations and have 1,100 total employees and represent a larger in-house development team than Sony. So, like, Square Enix is, like, famously grossly mismanaged as far as their development studios go. And they have this, like, horrible history of, like, releasing games that do, like, incredibly well. And then them saying, like, this game is a failure in our eyes. Like, this has been part of, like, has been part of the Square Enix formula now for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, in 2012, they pumped $100 million into revitalizing the Tomb Raider IP, because the Tomb Raider IP had been kind of tarnished by like multiple mediocre games in a row. And so they're like, okay, we need to reboot Tomb Raider. And so they did reboot Tomb Raider, and it was a giant success. And so, what did Square Enix think of that? They said that the sales were disappointing. They had Eidos Montreal continue development on the Deus Ex series. And what did Square Enix think of the success of Deus Ex? They called it an enormous disappointment. When they released a Thief game for PS3 and Xbox 360, and the Thief game sold north of 1 million units, what did they call it? An enormous disappointment. Now, not necessarily relevant to this particular sale, but relevant to this pattern of behavior with Square Enix and Western Studios. Anybody here remember a name of a studio that Square Enix used to own called IO Interactive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And how they released Hitman, which sold north of 3 million units and won multiple games of the year.
Mm-hmm.
What did they call that game? An enormous disappointment. And so, like, there has been this feeling, like, that for some time that there is literally nothing that, like, Western devs could do that were within the Square Enix reporting structure that would, like, satisfy Square Enix corporate. That, like, they could make games that were, like, huge successes financially, huge successes critically, and the Square Enix would just be like, this is dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Embracer has bought out these studios. Embracer also absorbed these IP. So Square Enix retained control over 2 Western IPs. Like, so 2 Western IPs were, like, excluded from this sale.
Mm-hmm.
One was, let's see here. Yeah, one was a game called Outriders, which is kind of what I would call, like, Square Enix's Destiny alike. And that is not developed internally. The development for Outriders was done externally by People Can Fly, so they retain ownership of this Outriders game series that they don't even do the development internally on. They also retain ownership over Life is Strange, which for some reason Square Enix does recognize is an enormous success. Like, how they figured out that is a success, I don't know, considering that they can't seem to recognize it for any other Western franchise. Outriders was a bit of a flop, so the fact that, like, that they're like, oh yeah, we got to keep Outriders. But I think that might just be because of, like, their shift in, like, internal philosophies. The idea that, like, Outriders is a gross games as a service game might just be attractive to them. They're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, yeah, we have a terrible treadmill, we got to keep the terrible treadmill.
I mean, that's why Babylon's Fall is still alive, even though there's literally one person playing it still.
Oh god. So Embracer picked up all of that for $300 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would have been, like, if this had just been, like, Embracer buys Tomb Raider for $300 million, I would have been surprised. But, like, getting all this for that, like, was definitely very surprising. The thing that I think really, for me, contextualizes this is that Embracer recently acquired Gearbox, right? So, like,
right.
they recently absorbed Gearbox, you know, which, you know, all that entails, which includes, like, now owning, you know, the Borderlands franchise. And they spent $1.3 billion with a B on buying Gearbox. And Square Enix is treating this shit like a yarn sale.
Well, yeah.
You know,
well, I mean, if you have a bunch of things that you think are failures, you definitely give them away for less than what they're worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so wild because just about anybody who is not them recognizes that they are not a failure. And it's just like, it's so, it absolutely, it blows the mind, because at this point, let's review what is now within the Embracer portfolio. The Embracer portfolio includes the THQ Nordic. They own all of the studios reporting into THQ Nordic, which includes some really great studios like Piranha Bytes and Handy Games and Black Forest. They also own all of Saber Interactive, which includes 4A and 3D Realms. They also own Koch Media, which includes Deep Silver. So that they've got stuff like Volition, which means Saints Row, and Warhorse Studios. They own Gearbox. They own Decca, Coffee Stain, and so they have just been rolling up, buying, double A company here, double A company there, until they have built a portfolio of games with a larger annual bottom line and total output than EA or Ubisoft. Because after the announcement of this sale happened, I was I really need to reassess the conversation around who is AAA, in this industry, especially with the talk going around right now that Ubisoft is currently shopping themselves for sale. Ubisoft wants to be bought right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the AAA publishers in the industry? Obviously you have our major platform holders. Those are AAA publishers. And I'm who else is a AAA publisher? EA is, Activision's now absorbed, or Activision will be absorbed, unless the government has anything to say about it.
Well, I mean, they're being attacked on multiple government fronts. New York City, or New York, I think, is actually suing Activision Blizzard at the moment.
Yes, saying that the sale is an effort to dodge responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And it's well, no shit. But that's fine. I suppose at some point somebody does have to say water is wet. And so you've got the platform holders, EA, Ubisoft, and I'm Embracer is part of this conversation. But your average dork, your person who just goes online to go oh, what's going on at E3, doesn't understand that probably several of the games they buy every year are coming from this company, Embracer.
Well, yeah, they're still looking for E3, and E3's dead.
Right. Do you think people will get that these that this is a AAA publisher at this point?
Okay, before I answer that, what comes with the recognition of a AAA publisher?
Oh, you mean what do you get with that?
Right.
I think that you get more people willing to just stare at you when you market in general versus marketing a specific game. Embracer can get people's attentions when they say hey, we're having a media event for Saints Row, right? Because then people will be oh, we're interested in a media event for Saints Row. But EA can just have some asshole saunter out onto a stage and go hey everyone, welcome to this special EA event. And there will be average dickheads who will tune in and care about it because they're oh man, they're probably going to talk about Star Wars game and the new Madden.
No, I don't think the sale does that. I don't think that this sale will like put Embracer specifically on anyone's radar, and I specifically believe that because one, I have no idea about like say like a logo or branding for like Embracer. Like the reason people care about EA is because like everyone when they pick up like Madden or NBA live, I don't think like 2K is them because 2K is a different studio. Right. You get like EA Sports. It's in the game. Right. Like everyone hears that. Like they see that every time they turn on the game. So like when like EA is burned into them, so when someone asks them about EA, they think about it. It's like, oh, EA's doing this? I wonder if something with Madden's coming up. And like Embracer doesn't have that recognition because they're not trying to position themselves in front of people that way. And like
go ahead.
Specifically, I think like they don't have to. Like, and that's the thing. Like, people who care about the industry, who are, like, watching how it moves and flows, like, they're going to pay attention to Embracer because they're making these moves. But the average Joe Smo is never going to pay attention to Embracer unless Embracer invites their attention. Like, they're not going to look for them. Like, that's not what they do, right? Like, they don't, people who just, like, pick up a game and play it don't really pay attention to publishers unless the publisher is trying to say something to them. Like, and that's pretty much it. And like, if people need to be aware of Embracer, and that's something that like, that we can push for, but I don't think people will organically become aware of Embracer unless Embracer wants that attention.
I mean, right now, Embracer has globally 12,000 employees at 119 different studios.
I mean, that is a lot, but like, there's also a reason that people don't know about Blackstone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, Jesus. I suppose that like one of the things Embracer has right now is they probably have like increased market flexibility because they don't have, I guess, like the burden of expectation that like Sony does, or the burden of expectation that Nintendo does, or that EA does. Like,
sure. Yeah.
You know, they could just operate at the exact same fucking level without the brand awareness.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing that'll happen, like the thing that will draw attention to them is that like, if and when they fuck up, they're gonna try to look at the original company. Like, for example, let's say the next Tomb Raider is a real flop and people were really looking forward to it. Or worse, let's say like less than being a flop. Let's say they do something especially egregious and people start turning to like, who owns like Tomb Raider. They want to start writing angry letters, and like Square Enix is going to get a shit ton of letters because no one knows who Embracer is. That's just what's going to happen.
Please understand, we didn't do it.
Yeah. And then like, you know, Square Enix will make a statement about it. It's like, hey, I totally get you guys are upset about Square Enix, but please understand, we didn't do it. We actually sold the Tomb Raider IP to Embracer Group a year ago. And like, that'll get like a 24-hour news cycle and we'll never hear about it again.
I suppose like one of the first like major tests of that is later this year when the Saints Row reboot comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I would say something naive like, oh, the Saints Row fans are largely a laid back bunch, but
they're not really.
It's like, I guess like I'm a laid back person and they're all weirdos because that's how all internet fandoms work. Or I guess I am a weirdo and I just have no self-awareness. I'm just a weirdo in a different way. But yeah, like so like looking at the statements the two companies released about this is like really, really telling. So here is the statement from Embracer about this. The acquisition brings a compelling pipeline of new installments for beloved franchises and original IPs, including a new Tomb Raider game. The acquisition builds on gaming. Let's see here. The acquisition builds on Embracer's mission of creating a leading independent global gaming and entertainment ecosystem. Embracer has been particularly impressed with the studio's rich portfolio of original IP, housing brands with proven global potential such as Tomb Raider and Deus Ex, as well as demonstrating the ability to create AAA games with large and growing fan bases. There are compelling opportunities to organically grow the studios to maximize their commercial opportunities. Which is very much like a money, profit statement. But, like, I think that for, like, nerds like us, the thing about the statement which, like, seems to, like, leap out at me is they're like, money comes from video games, which has seemingly been, like, their driving philosophy. They're like, people sure do like buying video games. Why don't we sell them video games? And so many of the other, like, large companies in the video game space are like, people sure do love buying video games. Why don't we get them to watch an ad for Burger King and then buy this skin for their gun? So it seems to be like a philosophy more in line with some. It's like, I just want to spend $60 on buying a game, and they're like, okay, that's fine. We'll do that business with you. They did like an additional statement where they like specifically called out IPs that they're excited about that were part of the acquisition, and they're like, hey, we're going to move immediately into production on a Legacy of Kain game. And suddenly across the internet, like a small but annoying fan base was like, now is our time. Now is our time. Oh no, like, not the Legacy of Kain people, but like, good for them. Like, those people have been bitching longer than I have been bitching about Eternal Darkness. So good for them. Fuckers. Square Enix's statement was, the transaction will assist the company in adapting to the changes underway in the global business environment by establishing a more efficient allocation of resources, which will enhance corporate value by accelerating growth of the company's core businesses in the digital entertainment domain. In addition, the transaction enables the launch of new businesses by moving forward with investments in fields including blockchain, AI, and the cloud.
Well, I mean, it is actually just comical that fucking the NFT market just collapsed this past week. I think they've lost 98% of the original value. Do I have that right?
Yep.
And maybe they invest in AI, but I don't know what crazy AI applications they're developing at Square Enix that can't be that great. And the cloud is just a bunch of servers that aren't at your house. So who cares? Dead ass. When's Final Fantasy 16 coming? Who knows? Maybe we'll never know.
At this rate, fucking never.
All right.
Let's be honest.
I mean, one of the things I just fucking love about this is that these words, with the exception of blockchain, are words that without any additional specificity are just like nonsense word salad. Like, I can just go, the cloud. It's like, what do you mean the cloud? What the fuck do you mean the cloud? And that's like walking into a place and going, we're going to make money with cars. It's like, what do you mean you're going to make money with cars? Like, what's your model? We will use cars. Like, okay, like, I understand you're going to use cars, but what will you do with them? Stuff. So, like, when you say you're going to make money with the cloud and AI, that's how you sound, Square Enix. You sound like you're saying, we're going to make money with cars. I have never seen a company more hell-bent on destroying itself quickly than fucking Konami.
Quickly is not the word I would use here, because, it's been years that we've been yelling about Square Enix fucking this up.
But, okay, what I'm saying is that in the words of, that one guy from Star Wars, we shall redouble our efforts. They seem to have gotten better at it recently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Really just doing dumb shit. Absolutely doing dumb shit. Lots of cutting off their nose to spite their face. I did see one person who was trying to, convince themselves that the glass was half full and that what was in the glass wasn't urine. Where they're like, well, hey, if what this means is Square Enix is going to dump more development resources into JRPGs, then I'm all for it. And I'm like, but it doesn't mean that, though? Does it? I'm not sure it does. Because, by their own admission, that's not their objective on what to do with this, increased money. It sounds like what they're going to do is fucking try and, sell everybody some, bored Chocobo Yacht Club bullshit.
It's still weird that, Chocobo GP has a fucking, battle pass to it. What's that about?
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tegan?
Yeah.
Are there other things that are happening in the world?
There are many other things happening in the world. But you mean gaming world specifically?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So our favorite, your and my favorite game as a service company, Hoyoverse, father and mother of Genshin Impact, which made them fucking $3 billion since launch so far. Amazing. Good for them. Has delayed the 2.7 release of Genshin Impact indefinitely? Question mark? On April 29th, Hoyoverse announced that 2.7 was going to be delayed. It's the first delay that's happened in Genshin, like, since it's launched. They said the reason that they gave was due to project progress, and that more info on, like, what the new date was going to be, content adjustments, and compensation would come later. They did end up announcing what the compensation would be a couple days ago for us, but, like, 2 weeks ago for y'all. And every week, the compensation is that every week, from on Wednesday, beginning May 11th, for every week that's delayed, players are going to get 400 Primo Gems, 1 Fragile Resin, 16 Mystere Enchantment Ore, and 120,000 Mora, which is a ton of compensation. Like, and they don't technically have to give players anything, but that's what they're giving them. In addition, like, the Surrender Teapot still hasn't been fully fixed, so you're still getting, like, the 5,000 silver compensation for that. And, like, ugh, so much. A lot of fans are saying, like, MiHoYo hasn't come out with an official, or Hoyoverse hasn't come out with an official, like, these are the reasons that we are delaying it. But a lot of fans are thinking that the delay has to do with the government-mandated lockdown in Shanghai, because that's where Hoyoverse is established. And a lot of people, there's been, like, 2 main camps as far as this has been going. People expressing concerns for the employees' safety and the developers' well-being being more important than the game itself. But other Shanghai-based game studios, including the group at Hoyoverse who are behind Genshin's sister game Honkai Impact, aren't having these delay problems. And so Chinese gamers specifically are suspecting that something else is the cause, either, like, internal problems with the game's development team itself, or a misallocation of funding, or, you know, a number of other issues, because Honkai Impact is having their special 3rd anniversary event with several new gachas, 2 new characters, a whole set of new costumes for existing characters, like, a ton of stuff, and they work in the same building, so, like, what's actually up? But yeah, that's what's going on. The best part about all of this, though, has been that the Ayaka banner was originally updated to say that it was going to be, the banner was going to last for 240 days, which is just the rest of the goddamn year, which made a lot of people very angry. And then they revised it, so now it only says before 2.6 ends. And there are actually several people in China who are gearing up to sue Hoyoverse under the Chinese consumer protection laws, because originally the Ayaka banner was a limited event, just like other banners before. And so they felt they didn't have enough time to save up the primos they needed in order to get the character that they wanted. And so they wailed, and since they've extended the banner, they wouldn't have had to wail in order to get her. Yay! Lots of things going on with this one.
Well, I'm excited to learn more about the Hoyoverse embezzlement cases, but who knows if we'll actually see those.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna be going on, honestly. I can see, like, the lockdowns being a major factor in what's going on, especially if, like, the Genshin group hasn't been able to quarantine at the office because the Honkai Impact team was, or something. But we will likely never know, what and why, caused everything. But, we will be getting 400 primos every week, so that's pretty good. And I personally still have a ton of content to go through because I'm slow. So, I'm using this as an opportunity to just catch up and build out my team so that I have, good characters when the next stuff drops. So I'm not mad. I hope everybody stays safe and stuff, personally. But yeah, that's what's going down. That's what you missed last time on Glee.
God, me and my family used to watch Glee. That was the whole time. That was an era, actually.
I also used to watch Glee a lot.
Oh, man.
A lot.
Did you know that girl who got that guy to kill himself in a Kmart parking lot was obsessed with Glee?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I don't know that I did, but, is it bad if I say that doesn't necessarily surprise me?
There it is.
Like, honestly, it's an old meme, sir, but it checks out. Like, talk about your fucking cursed television shows, right? That one guy dead, that lady dead off a boat, that one guy, a pervert, then dead.
Like, I'm pretty sure they're getting Final Destination. Like, there was just one thing that happened on the Glee set that they agreed to never talk about, and slowly they're being picked off.
Leah Michelle, she can't read and she's racist.
Oh my god. No, hold on. Okay, so you've heard, Tegan, I know you've heard this. There's like an audio clip that shows up on TikTok, and like, you won't know where it's from, but what it's from a 50 Cent, like, vlog. And like, he was talking about Floyd Mayweather, and he's like, man, Floyd came on and he said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. He's like, what did he say fuck me for? Like, you've heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have heard that audio.
Apparently, the reason Floyd Mayweather said fuck 50 was back when they were doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. Like, I don't know when, 2013? Who knows?
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather challenged 50 Cent to do the Ice Bucket Challenge for some charity, and 50 Cent said he wasn't going to do the charity, but do the challenge, but he made a video where he told...
for ALS. That's what the Ice Bucket Challenge was for.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But he made a video, and he called out Floyd Mayweather. He said, Floyd Mayweather, if you can read one page out of a Harry Potter book, I will donate $750,000 to the charity of your choice.
What the fuck?
No, because Floyd Mayweather...
That's fucking amazing, actually.
Like, Floyd Mayweather can't read. I know that. But, like, goddamn. Like, he did that, and then he just forgot about it. Like, and then, like, Floyd Mayweather shows up at an interview years later. He's like, fuck 50. He's like, what do you think it was me for? And then, like, dog, you earned that shit. Come on. Like,
that's
please.
fucking amazing.
You read one page out of a Harry Potter book? Like, come on.
Just one page. I'm not asking for the moon here. I just want one page. Prove to me that you can read.
He's literally thousands of choices. A page to read. Oh my god.
Some pages are shorter than others too. Like, I believe he could do it.
I don't think he can, actually. Which is just...
with enough time. There's no time limit on that, is there?
No, I think Floyd Mayweather could memorize a page. Maybe he could learn to read. If he learns to read just to do this, that would be a worthwhile story. But if someone called Floyd Mayweather up today and told him to pick a page and read it, I don't think he could do it. I don't think so, actually.
Rip.
Oh my god. Everyone, please learn to read. Don't be like Floyd Mayweather.
Or Leah Michelle,
Or Leah Michelle. That's right.
She can't read.
Oh, god damn it.
Or my D&D character.
Can she really not read?
Also can't read.
That's a whole thing.
Give me a second. Illiterate Conspiracy. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So it's like the Demi Lovato Soul Calibur thing. Okay, cool. I'm reading the tab to find out what's going on with this thing, so you guys can continue. Oh, I'll jump back in. It's a 40-minute video? Whatever, it's fine. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, so there's like a whole conspiracy about how, Leah Michelle cannot read. Good Lord.
She never uses her own phone? Oh my god.
What do you mean she never uses her own phone?
Apparently, Leah Michelle never uses her own phone. Her assistants do it for her, backed up by photographic evidence of this happening.
How can you not use a phone?
Well, she can't read. Like, I agree it would be difficult.
What does she do when she's bored?
I don't know. It does say in her Instagram caption she uses a lot of emojis. If it's just emojis, Michelle wrote it. If it's words, someone wrote it for her. If it's both, someone wrote the words, but they let her pick the emojis after. That seems like a lot, but okay.
I would love to be able to only pick emojis on my own. I would love to have someone else manage my social media, actually.
This is actually fucking insane. In pictures of Leah Michelle signing books, the pen is not touching the book. It's simply hovering above it. Are you guys okay? Oh my god.
Do you see this shit?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she can read, but like, it'd be...
Are you though?
I'm pretty sure.
Not convinced.
I'm like 70% sure she can read. Like, god damn it. I mean, it'd be funnier if she couldn't read, absolutely. I mean, as we know, but like, I'm pretty sure she can read, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna go on the crusade to prove that Leah Michelle can read. Like, it's fine. It's not that important to me, but like, I think I'm gonna continue believing in my heart of hearts that she's able to read.
Well, I'm glad that she's got somebody who believes in her.
Yeah, like, what's that one dude's name? He has his Apple TV show.
Ted Lasso.
There it is. Yeah.
You're like the Ted Lasso of Leah Michelle's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me.
Like, hey, everybody, eat these here biscuit cookies. Now, just read the words off the paper. Well, Rocky.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Now has come the time on our show.
Okay.
To talk about Amaranth.
Sure.
You're not going to go for it. You're going to try, like... All right. We're going to talk about Amaranth.
Okay, cool.
So, Twitch streamer and content creator Caitlin Siragusa announced her intention to quit the OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
She tweeted that she has made a... Oh, by the way, everybody, there are people who can speak for Amazon.
And there are people who cannot speak for Amazon.
It's true.
Yeah.
And we are legally not allowed to speak for Amazon.
Correct.
But
Yep.
Brian especially is legally not allowed to speak for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So she says that she has made a $350,000 to $400,000 investment in Twitch, and that she has plans for moving the influencer economy into what is traditionally the domain and competency of legacy media. Did she provide any visibility into what she meant by that? No.
Okay.
And then she said, okay, we'll get back to what she said. She is the most viewed and second highest earning woman on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
She is frequently associated with Twitch's hot tub meta
Mm-hmm.
and the ear licking meta.
Mm-hmm.
And she says she's been looking to move away from being an e-girl for a while.
Okay.
Because of frequent demonetization.
Yeah.
And this is after her making several moves, including buying a sizable amount of Activision Blizzard stock.
Get wrecked.
like if the Microsoft sale goes through, she gets paid off huge.
I mean, hopefully, yeah.
The purchase of an inflatable pool company.
Mm-hmm.
The purchase of a gas station.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, these are things she has purchased, and there has been some disclosures in the last several months of how much money does Amaranth make a year, and apparently Amaranth makes about $3 million a year.
That's significant,
right? And so part of her whole thing about moving influencers into the categories traditionally controlled by legacy media and yada yada yada. Part of that announcement was her saying "Okay, everybody, and I'm going out of OnlyFans with a bang." Those were the specific words she chose. I'll be leaving OnlyFans with a bang. And she then made that announcement using a animated GIF of Johnny Sins winking.
Okay.
Okay. I heard a chortle from Rocky, which I'm assuming means when I say Johnny Sins, he knows who Johnny Sins is.
I do know who Johnny Sins is, yes.
Yes. And I'm assuming that from context clues and the fact that he has a fucking goofy name like Johnny Sins, Tegan is able to figure out that his job is not the greeter at the Cheesecake Factory.
I mean, I just have no idea who he is. I assume he has a job, but I don't know what it is. I'm not going to judge him.
He's a very active pornographic actor.
Oh, okay. You know what? If I had a name like that, I also would be into porn, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, so Johnny Sins, Amaranth collaboration possibly coming soon.
Well, that's what she implied, see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she implied.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what y'all inferred. It's just a winky face from a porn actor. That doesn't necessarily mean shit.
Going out with a bang, Johnny Sins wink.
Yeah, she's leaving OnlyFans.
Yeah, she's leaving OnlyFans, so...
And she's like, you're gonna want to be a member for this final month. It's gonna be explosive. I'm going out with a bang.
Mm-hmm. That just sounds like she's gonna get banged.
Right.
Which I think is the point of OnlyFans, is it not?
Mixed bag, but yeah.
Mixed bag. There's definitely some of that. There's also some other, there's some weird stuff.
What's the weird stuff, Brian?
Oh God, we're not.
You know about the weird stuff?
You want to talk about the weird stuff on our podcast?
That's not what we're here for.
Are you sure about that?
we're here.
I would like to remind you that we did an entire month and a half where Rocky specifically talked about his masturbation habits.
That wasn't a month and a half. It was one episode. It was 5 minutes.
It was 10,000 years. You don't understand.
Oh my God! There's no way that's true.
5-minute segment.
Oh my God!
One 5-minute segment on one episode.
Yeah, right. No, Brian's right. It was one 5-minute segment on one episode.
It was an entire No Nut November, and then we revisited it periodically throughout the rest of the year. It was 7 million years long.
There's no way that's real. Oh God! Someone vote now on their phones. Please.
Vote now on their phones, but also I would like you to listen to the archive. For fuck's sake.
Oh my God, I don't remember any of that. Fine, we'll leave Brian's weird stuff alone. It's okay. What's going on with Amaranth? What if she just pops a bunch of fireworks with Johnny Sins? That could be an episode. They could do that on OnlyFans.
Well, I suppose they could. But that's certainly not what she's getting at.
Yeah, maybe
I
so.
do believe part of the implications of what she's getting at is definitely to drive more people to sign up.
Yeah. It's a mix up.
And then immediately unsub.
Yeah.
She's gonna get her bag, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna dip.
Yeah.
Also good for her.
Yeah.
And so, there is a thing that Rocky said once on this show that I now wanted to revisit.
Okay.
Once upon a time on this show, Rocky said, I have my own quarrels with Amaranth. I'm not going to get into them right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I have issues with her.
Oh,
and so, like, so I kind of wanted to revisit this, like, in the context of, like, this, because something, like, I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, the way she impacts other creators, because she has definitely, because of the size of her revenue and the size of her impact on the platform, like, she has shaped both policy and direction for both Twitch and OnlyFans. Like, she is a fucking force of nature. Like, when she decides to do a thing, she dictates the direction of the platform. She's a big deal.
Right.
And so, like, I'm just sitting here thinking about how, like, she made it harder for a whole bunch of other, like, femme-identified streamers on Twitch, and how she also has made it harder for people on OnlyFans, because on OnlyFans, she has kind of a notorious reputation for bait and switch behavior.
Right.
You know, like promising stuff on her OnlyFans or implying that things are happening on her OnlyFans. And then, like, people pay, like, generally, like, for her pretty exorbitant prices for, like, the pay-per-views, and then discovering, like, haha, that thing that you thought was in this pay-per-view is not in this pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah, it sure does sound like she's going to be doing that.
She's been doing it. But, like, okay, fine. You want to talk about Amaranth, that's okay. Like, Amaranth, I don't like her because, one, she is a force of nature, which isn't actually a problem. The problem is that, like, when she becomes a force of nature, it's kind of the same way that, like, the IRS works now, where, like, she gets to toe the line and, like, twist the rules, with these, like, big stunts. But because she is profitable, she kind of she doesn't even get, like, a slap on the wrist. She just gets to slide. And, like, anyone else that does anything that remotely looks like that, but doesn't have, like, the wealth or the power of her platform, gets squashed. And, like, that's detrimental to, like, the medium. It makes it so that she's the only one that will ever be on top, which is good for her, I guess, but, like, bad for literally everyone else. For the people who buy into the platform, for the people who want, the type of content that she's trying to sell, like, wherever they plan to get it from. And, like, it creates an expectation in the marketplace where all you're doing is getting lied to. And if you buy into it, you're the sucker. And the thing is that if you don't buy into it, then you're the one that's missing out. And, like, it's stupid. I hate everything about her platform, and I don't want to see her succeed, but I can't do anything about it. So I don't get mad about it anymore.
I think about how, you know, like, especially with, I'm thinking about, like, several different types of creator who she's directly impacted. Like, there was a lot of non-sexualized ASMR on Twitch before her.
Absolutely.
There were a lot of people who were like, I just need to fucking get to sleep. Or, like, you know, or I have anxiety and this helps. Like, there were a lot of people who were just like, ASMR is part of my relaxation routines. And then, like, and then she absolutely, like, just nuked the planet from orbit. Just fucking nuked the planet from orbit. And then the way the platform reacted is like, okay, like, this can only be sexualized content. We're going to treat this as only sexualized content. And for her, it's not a big deal because she has figured out how to, like, basically turn one platform into advertisement for another platform.
Right.
And, like, she has enough people who are just, like, actively donating to her. It doesn't matter if they take her subs away, because people are just, like, jamming donation buttons. But for, like, all of these other, like, micro creators, it's like, oh, well, okay, your content's sexual now, you know, so which means you can't monetize it. Like, or you'll get, worst case, you'll end up getting fucking banned. Like, it's entirely dictated by the fact that she was, like, getting into a bikini and moaning into a 3DO microphone.
Yep.
You know? It fucked a whole bunch of other people. And there were like a lot of people who were like doing like very casual, like very laid back hot tub streams until she started doing stuff like saying like, if we reach $10,000 in donations the next 10 minutes, I'll get on my hands and knees.
Yep.
In the hot tub. And she would do stuff like raise $10,000 in the space of 10 minutes because people really wanted to see this woman get on her hands and knees. Like it's just like, it's like, what if Helen of Troy was a fucking shit poster?
Well, yeah, no, that's exactly who she is.
It's amazing. It's absolutely fucking amazing. And just like, and like one of the people I would love to see talk to about this, because she keeps on reusing his images and promoting, is she keeps on using like various gifs of Johnny Sins to promote interest in what will be the big final pay-per-view. And I'm like, I have a question. Like, is Johnny Sins going to just like appear in, like, because I know goddamn well she is not going to get fucked in that final video.
Yeah, probably
like,
not.
She's not. You know, like it is par for the course for her. Like go out, like, nah. Like, is Johnny Sins going to be in the video? Is it just going to be like him, like with a bag of Doritos on one side of the screen? You're like, well, you're here, brother. You know, like, better luck next
My
time,
brother
friend.
in Christ, I don't know what you expected.
Yeah. Maidenless friend, guess what has happened? You know, is he in on it? Does he, and if he's not, does he know his images being exploited this way? Because, like, honestly, if he doesn't know it, and if he's not in on it, like, this is the kind of thing that can be detrimental to him professionally. Because there are a lot of people on the internet right now who think that the last thing that they're going to see from Amaranth on OnlyFans is her getting fucked by Johnny Sins. And I'm like, how much visibility does he have into that?
I mean, Amaranth and her team seem smart enough to not use it without, like, him being at least tangentially aware. And if he ends up not fucking her or whatever, who cares? Like, she can probably just write him a big enough check and that'll be the end of it.
Right. Here's a check to not perform.
Yeah. And, like, I don't even think that would actually really harm... It wouldn't harm his image more than the money would help him. I think, like, Amaranth and her team can put together that number specifically. And if they don't, he can sue. And then, you know, we'll do that, I guess.
I just think about how, like, OnlyFans rolled out the preview feature for pay-per-views, where it's like creators can now add 10-second previews to their pay-per-views optionally in order to ensure that customers can decide that the pay-per-view will meet their expectations.
Oh, like a demo.
Like yeah, exactly,
like a
Rocky.
demo. Mm-hmm.
Like a demo. And it's like, okay, but, like, here's the thing, like, it's a 10-second preview of a however long minute video. Like, what's going to happen is that, like, a whole bunch of sincere creators are going to spend all this time, like, editing additional video content in order to create the demo file. Mm-hmm. And then Amaranth is going to, like, have one of her fucking assistants, like, cut the most disingenuous 10 seconds possible from the video to misrepresent the content. And meanwhile, she's going to buy a helicopter that shoots diamonds. Like, it's just... like...
Wish I had that kind of money.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, but, like, the way... like... I mean, there's, like, get that bag, sister, and then there's, like, but the way you're getting that bag is hurting other people. That's...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but she is also exploiting the stupidity of horny people, so...
But also, like, here's the thing, is that, like, I think probably a large part of, like... I think that's bad. I actively think that's bad. I think that, like...
I am not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's what she's doing, is exploiting horn. Like,
yeah.
Simply do not be horn, and you will not have this problem.
I think that's an unfair thing to ask of people at large.
I'm not gonna be allowed to have sex in a couple months. Who gives a shit?
No,
don't be horny.
Tegan, I don't think that's good either. But I don't think that one conversation negates the other. Like,
if we're gonna go back to purity culture, we gotta go all the way back to purity culture.
We're not going
I want
back
the
to purity
ankle to
culture,
be
Tegan.
sexual again.
Like, honestly, you know what's gonna happen? If
I want my worth to be determined by the size of my skirts and how far away they keep those around
I think we're just gonna do the other, like, 20s thing where we do prohibition, but instead of alcohol, it's just gonna be, like, sex. And then it's gonna be enshrined.
That's just brothels again!
No, Tegan, listen to me. This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna outlaw, like, sex or some bullshit, something akin to that.
Yeah, right.
And then like, there's gonna be, like, 4 years where the entire country loses its mind, and then 90% of all state houses vote for an amendment that enshrine, like, sexual autonomy into the Constitution.
that is a really...
Why can't we just do that now?
Because they're not mad enough.
5 years.
Okay, does that mean that in the meantime, Amaranth is the Al Capone of dicks?
Yes!
Yes!
You got it, Brian. So you know what this is.
It. I hate it here. This is the worst episode of Black Mirror, actually.
To be fair, it's like 6 of them at once.
Oh no. And she's all like, "You'll never take me alive, Copper." Just, oh God, no.
And then she like licks the whip or some shit.
Ah, no.
That's how that works, right? I don't know anything about the porn industry.
Oh man. In fact,
Oh,
I'm gonna make her
nothing.
Boston, so I'm gonna put Kappa here. I think that's the way I want to do it.
Oh my god.
Or she's a Bostonian now.
Look at what hell you hath wrought.
Well, there's more hell, right, Brian?
All right, who wants to talk about abuse allegations at Nintendo?
Sure, let's do it.
I know we did that a couple weeks ago.
I think we talked about it. I don't think it was on the show. Was it?
Are these new? Or is this like the same thing?
Well, like there's, I guess, like more details have funneled out as a result of the union stuff. But the main reason I wanted to like actually throw a light on the show is that these are coming up now so often.
Mm-hmm.
That Big Reggie Fils-Aimé, who is
boss man?
the boss man, who is currently out there plugging his memoir.
Right.
Reggie has felt the need to comment on the issue of abuse at Nintendo while promoting his memoir, saying like, hey, all of these abuse issues at Nintendo, they didn't happen while I was president. These are all new. I don't know anything about this. This never happened while I was there. So what Reggie is asking us to believe is that this is entirely new systems of abuse and that none of it is long entrenched. So
I mean, I'd be willing to believe that he was completely unaware of it.
I'm not.
Which I think is an easier thing to believe. You know, like if Reggie had just said like, I didn't know anything about this or I wasn't aware of this,
mm-hmm.
like I would be less angry at Reggie. But for Reggie to go like, this is brand new. This didn't happen while I was there.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's like, come on, Reggie. Come on, Reggie, just say I didn't fucking know.
Except they did know, so.
Yeah, that's the
problem.
That's the problem. What happens when, like, your cool, fun meme dad is just like, haha, like, look at me, I'm part of the problem. He also devotes a whole chapter in his memoir to trying to, like, finally seek forgiveness from the Mother fans. Talking about taking like multiple trips to Japan and being like, okay, how can we get Mother 3 to them? What if we just release the untranslated game on the North America shop? Is that fine? Will that work? And being like rebuffed at every turn by Nintendo of Japan. Like, if we were to believe Reggie, he personally fought the fight for like the localization of Mother 3 and was the head of that effort and was rebuffed at every turn. Whatever, Reggie. But yeah, like I specifically wanted to talk about like the Nintendo abuse allegations because the fact that they're coming up frequently enough now that in order to promote his book, Reggie thought he had to address them.
Mm-hmm.
So there are issues going on specifically with how like Nintendo treats their contract workers and how their contract workers are seeking unionization and how Nintendo has been taking efforts to union bust. So, like for reference, Nintendo will only hire a contractor in North America for 11 months at a time, and the reason for that is that if the contractor is on an 11-month contract, there's stuff that they don't have to provide to them as full-time employees.
Right.
So, like, they go with, like, 11 on, 2 off, 11 on, 2 off, and then, like, instruct the contractors to seek unemployment benefits in between contracts. Isn't that great? Isn't that super?
Fucking gross.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. And,
I don't know if great or super would be words that I use to describe that, but
right.
It is.
And so they've been, like, they've brought in, like, union busters to surveil contract workers who are talking about unionization. They're firing contractors who are trying to lead efforts for unionization.
Mm-hmm.
There are ways that like the contract employees are like further forced into like a hierarchical workplace culture which is designed to like individually denigrate them. Like contract employees are reporting like ableism, sexism, and racism as part of like the community and culture around contract employee work. Nintendo replied to these claims and said, like, we're aware of the claim filed with the National Labor Relations Board by a contractor who was terminated for the disclosure of confidential information, and for no other reason. Nintendo is not aware of any attempts to unionize or related activity and intends to cooperate with the NLRB. Nintendo is fully committed to providing a welcoming and supportive work environment for all our employees and contractors. We take matters of employment very seriously.
I mean, that's a pretty solid statement. Like, it doesn't fully address everything, but, like, covers most of the bases. So at least you know, like, the HR department is, and the Corpcom team is on top of it.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention to these statements. I just kind of watch for, like, whatever actions take place, really.
Mm-hmm. I'll be interested to see how that, like, compliance goes.
Yeah.
And what the actual, findings are, you know?
Strong agree.
Until we get that, though, like, there's not much we can really judge. We aren't there, you know?
One thing I want to say is that we don't position ourselves that way with, like, any other company. We don't say, like, oh, well, I'm not inside Activision, so I can't speak on that.
I mean, we can say, like, unless proven wrong, I believe the workers. Which I think is the stance we usually take.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we can't really speak further until we see what comes out of it, which we have said about other stuff.
That's true, yeah. So, like, stand with labor, get your shit together, Nintendo.
Yeah. Stand with labor, we will be watching this to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Just like we do with all the other ones. Yay.
You know, like, I know that's something which Tegan has said on the show more than once, and I definitely empathize with it. Like, she has mentioned how it is harder to care about big games because big game publishers, like, routinely prove themselves to be awful.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say what I said the last time we had that specific thread of a conversation, which is buy more indie games. Yes, there's abuse within indie game development, but at least there's less of it.
What if there just wasn't abuse in games? What if we just did that?
Well, we gotta deal with abuse first. I feel like that's the crucial. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. God damn it. Oh my god. I mean, what if there's a fundamental conclusion that we come to one day? It turns out, you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say, if we come to the conclusion, ultimately, like we crunch the numbers, we've reviewed all the hypotheses, and it just turns out that you need abuse to make video games, I'll stop playing them. I swear to God. I'll leave the podcast.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I think
that's
we know
when the podcast will officially end.
But I think we know that that's not fucking true, because there are games out there that we can point to definitively and say, this video game's development did not include abuse.
I mean, as far as we know, and that's what I can say. Like, if it turns out there's some other dimension of abuse, there may be dimensions of abuse that we've never considered in this space before. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if they skip on crunch and then somehow there's some weird time scam that, like, still bullies workers in some way that we just don't have words for yet, that would be terrible. And, like, that's what I mean. Like, if it turns out to be fundamental, I hope that it's not, and I'm gonna continue playing video games with that hope in mind. But if it turns out that one day that it's truly unavoidable, video games require abuse, I'll stop playing video games.
You'll never take me alive, Copper.
Oh my god.
So everyone, this has been our show. It's called the fucking Impossible Coin. We're here twice a month, okay? If you're on our Patreon, you'll probably hear some things that other people can't hear. It's a new superpower. Congratulations. But for everyone else, you can find us wherever podcasts are found. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Can everyone hit SoundCloud for me one time, please?
Fuck SoundCloud.
Thank you. And speaking of SoundCloud, Big Sots, we do miss you. Thank you for the music that you provided for us. That will be at the beginning and end of this podcast. We'd like to have you on the show again sometime. Just let us know when you're free. We want to hear about your band. We want to see what's going on. We also have a logo, and that logo
is your Soch wedding prep stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. We gotta get to that. We have a logo.
Better than mine, I'm sure.
Jesus Christ. God damn it. Is everyone getting married?
I've been engaged almost as long as we've had this show.
That's true. Tegan is definitely the elder engaged one here.
I'm winning the engagement race.
She has the longest engaged streak or whatever.
I want the Rocky Soch Tegan triple wedding weekend extravaganza.
Oh my god.
It's organized like E3. There's an exhibitor hall. Dave Lang marries all three couples.
Oh my god. Is Dave Lang, is he actually ordained? Like, do we know that about him?
Just like someone gets married Friday, someone gets married Saturday, someone gets married Sunday.
There it is.
Oh my god. Well, anyways,
everybody's got to take Monday off.
We'll have the logo will be at all three weddings. It's mandatory, and it was designed by Laura Moran. You could find her on Twitter at Laura Moran. Consider donating to her Patreon because again, she consistently does great shit. And speaking of Patreon, we have one of those too. Shout outs to Stu as our new patron, where he will now have access to our artisanal show notes, our bespoke watch-alongs, and audio essays about things that we care about, including small bonus essays from stuff from the show that doesn't make it to the live show. In addition, there should be a watch-along forthcoming. I think Twan will be getting his feet picked soon.
Yes. He should have them by the time this episode is out.
Yeah, true. Okay. And if you have a problem with that, don't yell at your podcaster. Just talk to us on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No dashes, underscores, or anything weird like that. And if you, for some reason, can't open your or open your Twitter and find Brian, you can find Tegan and I on Twitch twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, sometimes other days. on twitch.tv/impossiblecoin. And I think that's everything. It's a little messy. I apologize for that. I'll clean it up in post, but that's us.
Oh, no worries. Pretty soon we're going to be rolling out a dedicated pottery level to our Patreon.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one.
No, Brian's doing it. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what everybody wants. Everyone wants to look into my eyes, and they're going to get it.
They're going to get it!
They're going to get it. Jesus Christ. I have no idea what the fucking budget is for purchasing a whole pottery wheel.
It's significant. It's not a weekend purchase, really.
All right, so I guess that's going to be a real tier.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be real fucking business.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out. Peace.
Bye.
Oh, later.